I thought conservatives stood for the Constitution and what the founding fathers believed about the Constitution. So what do we have here?
Great church. How thankful I am that he is brave enough to bring politics in the house of God. That's what we're missing in America. People have fallen away from God. They took prayer out of school. They told us you can't pray before football games. You can't talk about politics in church. You can't talk about these things, but you want to know something? That's why we are where we are.
Oh. So the reason why we have problems in America is because they took prayer out of schools and they took the politics out of church. She don't think like the distribution of wealth for like the minimum wage or folks not having a good cost of living is the reason why we have problems in America? Conservative contradictions is saying that you stand for conserving the Constitution, but forget that separation of church and state stuff, and we don't want to hear that freedom of religion either. In America, we have freedoms. You get the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, but if your kid goes to a tax-funded school, they should have to pray to Jesus. We don't care about you being Muslim or Jewish or anything like that. Come on now, Marjorie. Didn't the founding fathers believe that putting church in the state was oppressive because they was trying to literally escape religious persecution? Didn't they do that? I'm wrong, no? But let's see what else Marjorie had to say, shall we?
When they removed prayer out of school, things changed. And when they turned our entire nation away from God, and now generations of children have been raised without saying the prayer, you know, and a lot of them without saying the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning before they start their day of school. And that has changed our country. I mean, fundamentally changed our country. But if we can turn back to God, I think that's how we're saved. I really do. I believe it.
So now we get it, right? Some very unconstitutional speaking points for a campaign about church and state and politics and schools and all that. But think about this. I graduated high school in 2009, and I'm a product of one of those kids they forced to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day. Also born and raised in Bryan, Texas, so I had to say the Texas State Pledge every single day. And in high school, every football game and basketball game I went to had the Pledge of Allegiance, and we prayed before it. But guess what? All the prayer in school and politics in church still wouldn't be able to resolve why so many black kids are suspended. Yeah, facts over feelings, and we ain't trying to get into none of that political bipartisan stuff because we know that both the left and the right is tied in to the school to prison pipeline. So we recognize for black students, unfairly harsh discipline can lead to lower grades. So when we talk about prayer being in schools, especially for me growing up in Bryan, Texas, what did that mean for my students that grew up in my community? You think prayer in school is the problem? New study, black special ed students punished at greater rate through the pandemic. Yeah, the NYC research shows that student behavior worsened last year. Schools more likely to use out-of-school suspension versus restorative justice. And we've seen that black students, specifically black students that was in special ed that have learning accommodations, had disproportionate impacts. I want to point this out. Critical race theory has never been in schools, but it being in schools probably could be a benefit. We see that racial disparities in school-based discipline actions are associated with county levels of racial bias. Come on now.